Hey, I'm Austin Stevens, here to discuss some of these magazine covers.
Yeah. Which one was first for you, Austin?
First cover I ever had was of Strength magazine. This is October of 2001.
Okay.
It was shot by Sean Peterson,
Okay.
who was like a local Inland Empire photographer.
Yeah.
The spot's actually in Rancho Cucamonga. Around this time, I was either on Flow for Toy Machine or just got on Toy Machine. I was still working at Active in Rancho Cucamonga. And this spot was actually just down the street from Active. I'm not sure if I was the first person to skate it. I feel like maybe like Tom Krauser or someone had skated it before me, but I remember finding it, just driving around looking for spots like after work one day. I had back 5-0'd it, and then we were filming for this independent video called A New Horizon. And yeah, just went there, did backside nose grind. It ended up being in that video. Sean shot the photo.
Who put out that video?
Bill Keller.
Bill BK.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was him and Mark Nisbet.
Okay.
Mark Nisbet filmed a lot of it, edited it. The two of them kind of worked on it together.
Cool.
Dave Huang filmed a lot of it. So yeah, that's where the footage is of that trip in particular. So yeah, I was excited. First cover ever. That video part actually in the New Horizon is what ended up getting me on Toy Machine.
There you go. Cool.
We used all that footage for my Sponsor Me tape. Ed was actually at the premiere. I met him there.
Right. Very cool.
So,
What was next?
Next cover was this one. It's the photo issue of Skateboarder magazine. This was 2002.
Okay.
So a year later.
Fully on
Toy. I don't remember if this was a Toy Machine trip or an America trip, but this is in London. We were doing a lot of trips to England and Europe around that time with both Toy Machine and America. So I don't remember. I feel like this was an America trip. First time I'd met Oliver Barton. He shot this photo. Honestly, I don't think I ever rode away from this. I remember we had gotten there. It looked like it was going to start raining. I think I like back 50'd it, back 5-0'd it. I don't even think we were filming. I was just kind of like feeling it out, and then started doing some back smiths, and then Oliver, I think, wanted to shoot it. Started raining. You can see the ground's like starting to get wet here. There's some like raindrops falling. Remember, you land and you roll straight into like a super busy street. And I remember doing the back smiths, landing on it and like slipping out, my board shooting into the street. And then it's getting super close. And then it just started pouring rain and you just couldn't skate anymore. And, so that was it. So yeah, never fully rode away from it.
You could have.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I was stoked. I mean, it's a photo issue. It's a cool looking photo. The sky's obviously really pretty in this, and you know, it's exciting to be on Skateboarder. I always liked Skateboarder magazine. And it's cool. First time ever shooting with Oliver Barton, and ended up getting a cover.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then we jump to
this one's a year later. Again, 2003.
Yeah.
This was actually my second time ever shooting with Oliver Barton.
Okay. See him in London, or did he was he living in London then, or did you just
so.
go on the trip?
I think he was, yeah. And then he'd moved to California at this time.
Right.
Around this time, I was filming for America. This is Skateboarding. Part was pretty much done. Video was about to come out. Still needed an ender. Ended up meeting up with Oliver. He came out to Corona, California, which was where I was living at the time. This spot's in Corona. It's at a high school there. My brother actually went to this high school.
Okay.
I went to a different high school in Corona, but yeah, and I had no-slid this hub maybe like a year earlier and had a photo that Mike Burnett shot in Thrasher, no-sliding it.
Okay.
And I'd always thought about trying something else on it. So kind of towards the end of filming for This Is Skateboarding, knowing I needed an ender, I just decided to go for it. Called up Oliver, he came out. I think we skated another spot before this, and then we just went there to check it out, and just started jumping on back 5.0s, and it worked pretty quickly. I don't remember how many tries, not a whole lot of tries, and yeah.
Cool.
But I remember Oliver like just calling me and saying, yeah, we're getting the cover, and we had kind of like an on-running joke because this was like the first time we ever shot, the second time we ever shot.
Do you think was that one of Oliver's first covers, or at least for a U.S. magazine?
Good question. I honestly don't know. Yeah,
I'll look into that.
Yeah.
And
so we always had like a little on-running joke, like we got to shoot again and get a third cover. You know? But
yeah.
I think we ended up shooting more in the future, but obviously didn't get another skateboard cover or anything.
And whose magazine was this one?
You say this was Jimmy Wilkins?
No, Charlie Wilkins.
Charlie Wilkins.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, this came to us in a
Crazy Charlie
donation
Wilkins.
from when
That's
he was
sick.
living in Portland.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yep. And then last cover
was this Thrasher, which was 2004. So yeah,
One year.
One
That was a
year
good
for
4 years.
4 years.
Where's that spot?
This was I believe that's in Kansas City.
Okay.
This was a Toy Machine summer tour. Toy Machine, around that time we were always doing like summer kind of Midwest US tours. So this was one of those. This is another one that I actually never got a good right away from. Remember a few like Baker makers, both hands down, some slide arounds. Never got a good clean right away. So we never ended up using the footage for anything. I think this is probably around like Suffer the Joy video time, and I had some kickflips down other stuff, some bigger things, and the footage, it just wasn't, there was never a good clean right away from that.
Gotcha.
I remember I was living at Ed's house at this time, and I had no idea I was getting the cover. I remember coming home one day after skating, and this was just like on my bed in Ed's guest room, and I was honestly like kind of bummed a little bit, you know, just because I knew I never got a good clean right away, and it was like, oh man, like I can't believe they used that, you know. And then I kind of always just assumed it was like maybe like a tough month for Thrasher, or they didn't have a lot of options or something, and they just liked the way it looked and ran with it. Mike Burnett shot it.
Yeah.
It is a really nice photo. I do like the photo.
For sure.
But yeah, I remember seeing it, and my first reaction was kind of like, oh man, I wish I would have known, or I wish I would have rode away better from that or something, you know? But it just happens, I guess.
For sure.
Well, I was apparently I was into tank tops around that time.
Okay.
So probably my only skate photo ever wearing a tank top.
Well, Midwest in the summertime, it's definitely hot.
Yeah.
Classic covers. Anything come to mind of mags that stood out to you as a younger man?
Dang, that's a good question. I mean, BA's like Skater of the Year cover is like super memorable. I mean, I started skating around like 92. I don't know. Remember like Salman Agah?
His Skater of the Year. Yeah.
Was that 92?
February 94.
Okay, yeah. I remember that one. Oh no, there's just so many.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that about covers it. Thanks for sitting down with us, Austin.
No problem. You're welcome. Thank you.
You bet.